All right, we are living. That's living, live. Not exactly sure how you would call that there. Yeah. As Rita as someone said, as Rita Repulsa, too geeky, too geeky. Oh, right. Someone's already in the chat. There we go. All right. All right. So we kick off the heroic story time. As I mentioned in the description box, since we started sub Zach, since we started a little earlier than usual, um, take a little time to give you a little brief about what was going on in the last stream yesterday. We read from this book and actually got through the whole thing. um, so basically, what I want to tell you is how, just like how I explained about Star and Target back from the '04 series that I had written back then, but never did get published. I'll tell a little bit about how Sword Girl was back in the '04 series. As dark as her story is here, with her parents dying and want to take vengeance upon the ones who killed her parents. In the '04 series, it wasn't just so much the fact of it being dark compared to what I read yesterday. Um, Sword Girl had the same motive. If her parents had died, but rather, but the thing was in the '04 series, neither her or even we never it was never established um who it was that killed her parents. So um she in the '04 series she got her powers and everything, learned swordsmanship, and just decided. And when she became a teenager, like Star Striker was back then, decided to go on a rampage and just pretty much just hated the world. Yeah, and how Star and Target found her was she was attacking an Applebee's just because, and they got into a fight there, which was pretty brutal. She ended up causing the entire Applebee's to collapse on them in the battle. Then, even though they survived it, kind of barely, I think one, I'm not sure which one was it, Star or Target, but one of them had an injured leg from the incident, and they tried to find out about Sword Girl, which led to another attack from her. Um, but during in the fight, they were saved by none other than Daredevil. Because back then in 2004, I actually was trying to put my heroes in the Marvel universe. So they were saved by Daredevil, who is also one of Casey's favorite heroes from the Marvel universe, the one who created Sword Girl. She was a big fan of Daredevil, so it was like, okay, so Daredevil comes to the rescue. Wait, how does Daredevil rescue two other superheroes from a psychic samurai? The answer we came up with back then was um, he was immune to her psychic abilities. Which, looking back on that, not really sure how that would vary. We know Daredevil, in the movie and the comics and stuff like that. He's because of the fact that he's blind, all his other senses are heightened and stuff like that. But how in the world does that protect you from psychic attacks? That was a bit of a continuity that did not make sense. Looking back on that, but it was like, well, at the time we was writing it, it was like, it sounds cool. Yeah. So he was immune to Sword Girl's attacks, and um, Daredevil was the one that sort of got her to explain to him what was going on with her and sort of calmed her down. And for the rest of the series, it kind of went back and forth. She kind of went like She sort of would help out Star and Target sometime, but it took a while for her to sort of warm up to actually being their friend as um, like really like really trusting them. And that was pretty much the thing with Sword Girl back in that series. And there was also an mini movie. We actually got two more. Yes. Third. I got the script for the third one, and got to go through that script and kind of get it together and everything, and start. And then shortly after that, start preparing it there. So it'll be two more, and after Scooby Month's over, it'll be Christmas stuff. Yep. So there was also a story I wrote with Sword Girl back then where she actually it was just a random filler story. She obliterated Venom and Carnage. Um, for some reason, Venom and Carnage just came from New York here to Shreveport and just merged together some kind of way and started attacking just because. And Sword Girl went up against them with no Spider-Man cameo or anything like that. And that's when she first learned what was called the Sword Star, where the psychic sword, like what was mentioned in the book I read yesterday, um, she took the psychic sword and connected to the other four physical swords and made a sword star, which just sliced up the symbiotes there. So there was that. And speaking of Marvel in general, there was also what's going on, Swag Tech. Okay, there was also there was also a cameo from Spider-Man and Doc Ock in the beginning of the Star Trek and Target series, where Spider-Man teamed up with Star Trek and Target because Doc Ock had showed up in Shreveport to team up with Octorus and his little family, yeah, and kind of went from there. So, and then also Spider-Man had to team up with them again to get Star Striker and Target out of a video game. And also both him and Daredevil teamed up with them when they actually went to when Star Trek and Target and Sword Girl went to New York with a detective called Detective Goodharty to solve a case that involved and I and hope I don't get no flag for saying this, but like I say, it was written in 2004. Osama bin Laden, yes, he made an appearance. Yeah, it was a very weird way he was written in there. It was an episode where it was a bunch of bees attacking, and some kind of way he sucked all the bees up into some mega vacuum or something, and told the heroes like, "I'm coming for you," and that led to Star Striker, Sword Girl, Target teaming up with Detective Goodharty, Daredevil, and Spider-Man in New York to face Osama bin Laden teamed up with some other Spider-Man villains like Tombstone and Silvermane the Kingpin. Wow, that was quite a bit that came up with there. It's one of those just because. So that was pretty much kind of what went down with the whole uh Star, Target, and Sword Girl back then in 2004. Yep. So since I got that, as they said, well, not quite 8 o'clock, but I guess we could still start a little early. Start a little early since because there is more to what came from the 04 series, but I'm kind of spreading it out amongst the books here that I'm reading. Like this one that we're about to go into, The Discovery of the Bubbles, number 4 of Heroes of Dreams, as nostalgia critic, as one of the nostalgia critics jokes, freaking bubbles. Yep, which introduces the very colorful Bubblina, which was created by my wife Christina, who has now remade Bubblina in her own comic series and in her own story and everything, and is a lot and is much better because you actually get to see Bubblina in my wife's way of writing more as as her own main hero. Whereas here she was kind of sharing the spotlight with Star and the others there. One thing I gotta say about the Star Trek series is kind of almost like the equivalent of the Heroes of Dream series. I mean, it's almost like if Star Striker was the DCU's Batman in the Justice League movie. Um, not the Snyder cut that's coming out. I can't wait to see the Snyder cut. But the one that came out in 2017, when Joss Whedon was at the helm, and the movie kind of felt like, ladies and gentlemen, Batman and friends. Because Batman is like, we gotta call the team. Why are we calling the team, Bruce? Some dude named Steppenwolf is gonna show up and Mother Boxes, and we don't have Superman, so we need the Justice League. Oh, Superman will probably show up at the end, and yeah, it's okay, but I believe that Snyder Cut's gonna be a lot better. I have great faith in the Snyder Cut. Yep. So let's go on into it there and get started with those voice suggestions as we get ready to open on up in here. Get up in here. Yep. So this is the first now I know we got voice, and I know you guys are gonna have some voice suggestions that you're probably coming up with. But to sort of mix it up with you guys there, some gonna start off with some voice. I'll throw in some voices that sort of relate to things that Christina likes there, as well as relating with Bubblina. So, with the first chapter left out, I'm going to start off with Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid. Down at Cross Lake in Oil City, the fall festival celebration had begun. That night, many families were gathered there, including Samuel, Brian, and their parents, along with Julie as well, having a good time with each other. But this made her feel left out. As the festival started, or continued, I mean, Brian noticed Julie sitting by herself at an empty picnic table with her head down on the table and walked over there. What's wrong? Julie asked Brian. Nothing, said Julie. She didn't even look up. Come on, Julie, said Brian again. You wouldn't have your head down like that if you didn't have a problem. Ah, King Triton? As Prince Eric said what the Gibbs, I forgot that guy's name, his butler, I guess it was there, and gave that statue and everything. Okay, now we can continue with the voice of King Triton. Well, Julie looked up and sighed deeply. Then she said, just go back to your family, Brian, and don't worry about me, okay? But Julie, And Brian started to move closer to Julie, but she formed a clear barrier around her to stop him. Then she got up and walked off into the woods, further down by the lake, away from the festival. Brian pondered a minute until he noticed Samuel behind them. What is "What's up with you guys?" Samuel asks. And if and here's the first picture of the book. Yeah, Julie not really feeling the party and everything, and Brian and Samuel are kind of like, mm. It's almost like Timon and Pumbaa trying to figure out what was wrong with Simba. Yeah. And of course, a lovely picture of me and my queen. Oh yeah. All right. It's an average Brighton. They're gonna go with Sebastian. Sebastian's voice here. I'm not sure, said Brian. Probably just a weird little girl thing, said Samuel. It can be really strange at times. I guess so, said Brian. Meanwhile, Julie arrived at the deserted end of the lake and noticed a girl at the lake with binoculars, looking at the festival through them. She had gorgeous little pink hair and aqua green eyes. Her attire was an aqua green princess gown with diamond decorations, goldenrod seashells, matching gloves, a goldenrod tiara, and a diamond necklace with a bee on it, and a diamond bracelet. Julie looked at her for a moment and said, before realizing it, spoke out loud, saying, I guess she's alone too, without a family. I suppose. You've got to, if you want that boy to notice you, you've got to fuck your eyes like this. You've got to fuck your lips like this. If you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself. Oh, and then also another funny line is, teenagers, you give them an inch, they swim all over you. If she were my daughter, I'd tell her one door. Oh yes, constant supervision. Yes, mom. Oh boy. And it's okay, that's where I'm at. Okay, the next voice I will read would be Flounder. So Julie jumped up quickly. Oh, hold on. Ah, Shaggy. Oh, okay, you got Shaggy in the mix again. Well, like you did the Cyber Chase movie, I suppose it makes sense right now. Oh, let's see, where are we at now, Scoop? Right here where Julie jumped up quickly. Okay. So, like, Julie jumped up quickly and said, oh, wait. Oh, wait, I think we skipped the line there, Scoop. The girl heard Julie, but didn't understand what she said. And she looked over at Julie and asked, what did you say? And Julie jumped up quickly, saying, oh, nothing at all. How come you, how come you're not at the festival with your family? Asked the girl. Well, I could ask you the same thing, Julie. Well, well, I sort of snuck out here to see the festival for a few minutes. At least you have parents, don't you? Julie turned her back to the girl and tried not to cry. Then she said, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, I see, said the girl. Then she swam closer to the shore behind Julie and said, I'm Bubblina, by the way, but my friends call me Bubbles for short. And it's in no way related to the Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, totally not the same thing. Yeah, totally not the same thing. Ruby Doo! And I suppose I have to take a turn now that Shaggy did. Well, I suppose it'd be fair. Okay, I see. So, oh, think you read that one. Juli sighed and said, Really, Monsieur? Really? Really? What a sweet name, said Babbolina in an extra cheery voice. Is it short for Juliet? Like the tale of Romeo and Juliet? Look, Babbolina continued ranting. Perhaps you're looking for your sweet Romeo, and I'm just a brave and charming prince to whom you want to be swept into his arms. I can help you find this prince of yours. Perhaps he's somewhere within that festival. Julie just sighed as Evelina kept ranting. However, the girls did not realize they were being watched by a shark-like robot. And there's a picture of the girls right here. You see Julie sitting there on the ground and Bubbleina in the ocean. All excited and everything. Just like I do with Scooby Snacks. Okay. Professor Hulk. Oh man, I like that they did that too. Especially after the fact we saw Hulk talk in Thor Ragnarok like the equivalent of a small child. But that was pretty interesting to do that thing with him and Banner over that 5-year gap between Infinity War and Endgame. Like, I put the bronze and the brain together, and look at me. I wear shirts now. Oh, hey, you guys want a picture? Okay. Hulk smash. Okay. Listen to your mother. Oh, y'all want a picture with Ant-Man? Oh, no, there's Ant-Man. He's right there. You get a picture with him, too. I was like, I was laughing in the theater. That was so good, though. Oh boy. So, all right. So, chapter 2, Shark Attack Clearance. Shark. It's a little something I heard from a commercial there. All right. Meanwhile, back at the fall festival celebration, lots of partying continued, and eventually everyone stopped to grab some food. Then, just as everyone started eating, an army of shark-like robots attacked and thrashed the festival like crazy. Oh, it's kind of hard with these big fingers here. Lee and Derek took out their bullhorns and called everyone to follow them to safety. Samuel and Brian went behind the nearby bush to activate their battle suits. Star transformation started, Samuel. Hold it, interrupted Brian. We have to find Julie first. True, but it'll be best if we change first in case those sharks get in our way, said Samuel. Good point, said Brian. Star transformation activate. Target transformation activate. However, the watches didn't open. And instead, a computer in them said, System error. System error. Or as in Beast Machines, System error. System error. Error. Yeah, it was I don't know who all seen Beast Machine, but it was a scene in the first episode. Optimus tried to transform. He was like, I don't know who you are, but if it's a fight you're looking for, Optimus, maximize! System error. And he wasn't able to transform. And the way they showed it was kind of freaky. Yep. Oh boy. All right, the Professor Hulk. And now, since we did Professor Hulk, we're going to do the regular Hulk now. What the heck? Exclaimed the boys. They kept on trying again and again to activate their battle suits, but the computer kept saying the same thing. Meanwhile, where Julie and Bubblina were, Bubblina was still ranting, causing Julie to fall asleep. Eventually, Bubblina noticed Julie sleeping and smiled. Juliet is sound asleep, dreaming of her sweet Prince Charming Romeo to meet her ashore, said Bubblina. Oh, that's adorable. Very sweet. Ha! Hulk think that's sweet. Oh yeah. Hulk train. Quinjet. Oh. And then, of course, there was a very uncomfortable scene for Thor when, when he asked Hulk to show him where the Quinjet was. And apparently, Hulk didn't think to put something on over him coming out of the tub. So Thor's like, oh no. Oh, Hulk, naked Hulk right now. Hey, oh boy, I'm naked. Very uncomfortable right now. Looking all everywhere else. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, we got Latos and I saw that movie once, but I can't remember. I don't remember how Latios and I don't remember how their voices sounded. I know one of them. I think like one of them was female because she was like flirting with Ash from the look of. But I don't. Been so long, I don't remember her voice there. But I can give you a substitute though. Um, I can give you. Let's see. I know at one point I did Mewtwo, so I could give you Entei, who is of course voiced by Dan Green. You are mom. Then the shark robots that had been watching the girls jumped out at Bubblina from behind as she ranted on. Julie woke up and saw a shark robot teleported Bubblina onto the shore beside her and quickly teleported a large nearby sand rock in the spot where Bubblina was before being teleported. The shark robot went through the sand rock, and the sand blurred its vision a little. It quickly went into the water to wash the sand off. Bubblina noticed she wasn't in the water and looked around, asking, "How did I end up here all of a sudden?" Oh yes, the red cap guy. I think I remember his voice. Yeah, I have watched that a few times. I have watched that a few times in order to do the reaction. So, okay, red cap guy. That well, Julie looked at Bubblina. Hey, hey, how's it going, Claire? I just, I just got requested to read a portion of the book. By the By the way, I would have gotten away with that too if it wasn't for them meddling kids messing with my virus. So Julie looked at Bubblina and was shocked in her discovery. She noticed that Bubblina had a mermaid tail that had turquoise scales. Then Samuel and Brian arrived, being chased by the army of shark robots. Julie, help us! The boys exclaimed. Julie snapped to attention, but at the same moment, the shark robot that tried to attack Bubblina sprung from the water and spat out electric eels. The eels shocked Julie, causing her at once they hit her, causing her to become unconscious. So Bubblina knew what was going on, and decided to take some action. And that's what the shark robots look like. The shark. Oh yeah. And then, of course, that's Samuel and Brian trying to open up their transformation watches. And, of course, the system error. System error. And then we have Bubblina right here. And all about to transform here. pretty much in a Sailor Moon like kind of style, somewhat there, and like the different different the wardrobe change and everything. Oh, yeah, and then ta-da, Bubblina. Here's the green version. CJ meeting Tom and oh boy. Ow! Yo! Okay, so let's see. CJ William. First, she changed her mermaid tail into human legs and feet. Then she stood. Then she stood up, making her pink bubble triton appear, and used his magic to change her dress into an aqua green tank top and a skirt with a matching belt. And also she had aqua green boots with bubble decoration. Her gloves, which also had bubble decoration, changed to aqua green too. Along with the bubble necklace and tiara. And after her magical transformation, she took a heroic stance and said, Bubblina, the princess hero of Atlantis, to the rescue. Oh, Tom and Jerry. So nice to meet you. Yep. Oh, by the way, oh boy. I do not. I actually, like I say, I only saw the review of that movie, and that has been a long time. So I don't remember the little girl. What she sounded like. I mean, I know the little girl. Because I think she had like issues. What was going on at her home and everything, but I don't remember her voice there. Mixed on the. Well, like I say, only one way we'll know how all this works for Tom and Jerry. We will have to see it, and then yep, and then once we see it, we can go on little rants on what we think about it. Oh, this movie was fantastic. I really liked the cinematic appeal and everything. Or if you don't, be like, this movie sucked. I can't believe I went to see it. So yeah, but like I always say, at least check it out first, and then you'll know what your opinion is of it. Yep. So okay, so let's see. What voice? Let's see. Since no, they don't really talk. Okay, so excuse me. I think it might be interesting. I can blame CJ for casting herself in this movie. Blame it on CJ. It almost sounds like that should be now it's making me think of it as a sitcom. Blame it on CJ. Don't get me started. This one, the cyber. I think. Are you referring to? Okay, I know. I did the red hat guy that did all the baseball stuff. Are you talking about the cyber virus itself? The as they call them, the Bantam virus. Is that the one you talking about? Man, well, I know I have doing the right one. Yeah, because I know I did. I know I did the red hat guy. He was the one that made the virus. Oh, okay, Bantam virus, or as I said in the review, Bantam Shockmon, an ultimate level virus Digimon. And then that's so CJ. If she's a fairy, I can see. That's so CJ, crossing the multiverse. That's so CJ, always playing tricks on you. Oh snap! Yep, that's me. Illumination Television. All right, so the Phantom Virus. So Bubblina then raced to aid the boys and used their pink bubble trident like staff to fight off the shark robots. Samuel and Brian looked at Bubblina in action and watched in amazement. Who is that girl? They asked. I am Princess Bubblina of Atlantis, and I'm here to rescue you guys from these menacing sharks, answered Bubblina, still battling the sharks. A princess, said the boys dreamily. No wonder she's so pretty, said Brian. I'll say, agreed Samuel. Furthermore, further into the battle, Bubblina found it harder to fend them off. Time for some aquatic bubble magic, she said, and aimed a trident at the robot sharks. But nothing happened. Wait, why isn't anything? Uh-oh, looks like you're out of luck. Thanks. Want my autograph? Play ball. Oh boy, I will never. Hey, Captain, who can think about artwork out of my. Well, as CJ would say, Zach, okay. Well, Zach, as CJ would say, wow. Well, yes, that's correct. My mom is Tinkerbell and my father's Captain Hook. What else can I say except you're welcome? Oh boy. And it was actually it wasn't easy finding that picture too, because like I did Google search for Hook and Tinkerbell, and a lot of the pictures were pretty much just pictures from the Disney movie. When he was asking Tinkerbell for information on Peter Pan, but that was actually the best one I found there. Yeah. So Uma swimming around the ocean. Oh boy. Oh boy. I know when Pirates Ahoy come out, we'll be. Oops, I spoiled it. But yeah. No, Claire mentioned it in the comments there. Yeah, with that one, got my queen gonna be playing Uma in a very smooth way. Before Spider Ham. Oh yeah, I remember him. Before she could finish, the robot sharks charged at her with their mouths open wide, just when it seemed like it was all over for her. Aurora-like rays sprouted up, destroying the robot sharks. Samuel and Brian gasped in amazement and said, How did you do that? Bubblina jumped and said, I have to go. And she quickly jumped into the lake and swam away quickly. Speak to me, Harry. Well, okay now. That was kind of weird, said Samuel. She saves the day and then freaks out, said Brian. What's up with that? Samuel shrugged his shoulders and said, Like I said before, it's probably a weird girl thing. They can be pretty strange at times. I have to take your word for that again, said Brian. But let's make sure Julie's okay so we can figure out what's up with our watches. Uma, I know I said that girls can be really strange sometimes, but it's because of that why I'm drawn to you, my dear. Because your strangeness spark my curiosity. therefore leading to me falling deeply in love with you as you healed me. Oh, say my name, Uma. Yes. All right. And now we're going Spider Ham. We're going to start off chapter 3. Silly Willy Nilly. Oh, and I think I forgot to show this picture here. It's Bubblina wailing on the shark robots there. And Sam and Brian are like, ah, she's party. Oh, oh, you. That's the way. That's the way Goofy reacted in the Goofy movie when he saw that lady in the dressing room, and she screamed, and Goofy was looking like this. I think it's safe to assume that we don't know who Max's mother is, but it's safe to assume that Goofy probably married a lady who was plus size, because that was why Goofy got so blushy when he saw the plus size lady in the dressing room. Goofy could be Daddy Dick. Oh my goodness, that would ruin him for Disney. Please don't, no, Daddy, do not put Daddy Derek as Goofy. Please don't. And well, not but I don't think I have nothing to worry about. I don't think Disney would do that though. Yeah, I could see Daddy Derek would probably try to call Disney and be like, oh, "Hi, can I play Goofy in your movie? And who are you? Oh, my name is Derek Savage. Uh, no, no, we already got an actor for Goofy. Okay, so let's see, CJ getting cast in the Tom and Jerry. Harry and Uber, excuse me, cameo for a deleted scene because they were too hot for Hollywood. Mm, I'm guessing a romantic scene. Maybe because it was too sexy. That would have to be it, because we all know what happens when you write scenes that are a little too sexy and they have to censor them for the kids. Family approved. Meanwhile, in the house near the neighborhood at Cross Lake, there was an 8-year old boy named Wilson Nelson, and his nickname was Willie. But the kids that teased him called him Silly Willy Nilly. Come on, everyone, say it with me. Silly Willy Nilly. Silly Willy Nilly. Just like could y'all imagine if Gilbert Godfrey was Willy Willy? Silly Willy Nilly? At least he wouldn't be cast as a bird. Anyway, where am I? The reason he was called this was that he was constantly because he was constantly on the verge of proving the existence of legendary and mythical beings and creatures like mermaids, fairies, witches, Bigfoot, and the Loch Ness monster, and so much more. And now with Uma and Harry again. Oh, it would appear that it would appear that my engines of love are revved up for you, Uma. Like Brian, Willie was also a good genius at taking a lot of things from his dad's marine biology lab in order to build the shark robot that attacked at the Caddo Lake. He had seen Bubblina swimming around there a year ago and decided to build the shark robot in order to capture her for proof to the kids who made fun of him. The robots had cameras in them that allowed Willie to see the action on his laptop computer that took place during the attack, which included Julie's interference. That girl messed up my plan to capture that mermaid, exclaimed Willie angrily. I know he's supposed to be shouting that, but this is the way I like to speak. He then started to pace the floor back and forth and continued ranting. And if it had not been for her showing up and noticing my shark robots sneaking up behind her, that mermaid would be here for me to show everyone. I don't know how she did it exactly, but somehow she managed to disrupt the tracking system. Probably a smart genius, know-it-all girl. Then Willie hacked into. Then Willie kicked his chair so hard, knocking it over, and the impact hurt his foot, causing him to hop in pain. Okay, so director says, way too. They're way too into it. And now Daddy Derek is goofy as Daddy Derek. Well, at least like I mentioned before, at least I know Disney has no way in heck of taking Daddy Derek serious enough to play Goofy. I don't. Yeah, especially if they see his history with Cool Cat films and all him trying to take down the critics and the copyright strikes and all that and the gun safety stuff. Yeah, Mickey Mouse is going to turn that offer down. Okay, so Goofy is Daddy Derek. Well, look, look, everybody. It's the silly, wheelie, dealy, dancy show. I say the boys from outside. And the boys that came from, well, the kids that always tease Silly Willie. Once, along with the group of kids, as he was laughing as he watched Willie through the window hopping around this room. Well, Willie heard CJ laughing outside and hopped over to the curtains to close the curtains on the window. Oh, I guess it's curtains for the show, said another kid laughing. Take it back up to Philly up in the hilly on the old Willie Dilly Millie. Silly Willy Billy Dilly Billy Silly Dilly Billy Billy Billy. Billy 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 Billy. God bless you. Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm seeing so many of these cool cat films. I'm just running out of stuff. I'm just running all out. Well, Mr. Daddy Derek, if you're running out of your cool cat stuff and having to order more, why are there boxes of it unopened in your apartment? If you're really selling them, you should be sold out. That means you're not making very much business. And there's no way in hell I'm going to help you. Well, Mickey, you're not supposed to cuss. Hey, I'm dealing with you. You kind of make me do that. Oh boy. And CJ said, what if I approve Daddy Derek as Goofy? Oh boy. I think the only way I think that would be successful to get Disney to get Daddy Derek as Goofy, Jafar or his son would have to hypnotize them with the staff. Don't worry. You will cast Daddy Derek. I will cast the Daddy Derek. I cast him. That would be the only way that would happen, I think. Angry Kermit. All right. So Willie sat down on the bed and thought until an idea popped up in his head. He said quietly to himself, "What if that girl was some sort of magical creature, like like in disguise, like a fairy or something?" And then Willie shouted out loud, "Yes, a fairy! Hey, Willie Neely, are you crying for your fairy godmother in there?" asked one of the kids outside the window sarcastically. Willie tried to ignore them and thought more to himself that he would explain that would explain how she mysteriously protected the mermaid somehow. Then he went back to his laptop and searched the internet about fairies, reading about their weaknesses. According to these files, a fairy's weakness is iron. They'll never go near it. Willie chuckled in a sinister way. That should be easy to get from my dad's lab. And once I rebuild the shark robots with the iron, the fairy will stay out my way. However, if he tries to fight them in her weak point, I'll equip her with poison venom from these branded secrets in the lab. And then the mermaid will be mine along with the fairy. Then Willie laughed evilly until his mom called for him. "Little Willie, your teeny weeny doggies are done," she said, and the kids outside laughed harder as Willie shouted back angrily, "Mom! I'm just telling you right now, it's not easy being green, and so not easy being green trying to memorize all of this." Oh boy! And then you got that's Silly Willie there, right here. And got all the kids back there laughing at him and all the stuff in his room. Silly Willy Nitty. So now we go to chapter 4, Bubblina's Dream, and we are starting off with Mal causing havoc in the Tom and Jerry movie and also trapping CJ in iron. Oh my goodness. Bubblina quickly swam deep in the Caddo Lake. Then she took out a special Atlantean key to open the portal back to Atlantis. Once she entered and started swimming through it, she quickly changed her superhero outfit into her princess dress from earlier, with her legs back into a mermaid tail again. Bubblina also made her trident vanish. Then she continued to pass through the portal which led to the underwater kingdom known as Atlantis, her home. And Bubblina rushed faster to the castle, where a surprise birthday was about to start. The birthday party was, was for her father, Aquarius, the king of Atlantis. Once Bubblina got inside the castle, she tried to sneak up to her room to act like she had been there all the time, but bumped her mother Oshira, the queen of Atlantis. Nah, nothing like causing a little havoc in the Tom and Jerry movie. Fire! And now it's for you, CJ. I'm gonna trap you in this iron. What? Yeah. Why would you do that? Because I'm a villain. Hello. Kind of my thing. And now Miss Piggy. Now Miss Piggy sending Kermit to dishonor camp. Oh boy. So we had angry Kermit and Piggy sending someone to dishonor camp. I'm starting to sense marriage spats. Alright. Hey, Mom, said Bubblina nervously. Bubblina, where have you been? Said Orshira. Your father could have showed up and the party would be ruined. Hey, well, sorry, Bubblina nervously. Please forgive, Your Highness. Please forgive my interruption, said the mermaid, approaching Oshima, and then bowing. Her name was Norgetta, and she was Bubblina's personal security guard. Where is it, Norgetta? Said Oshima. I took pictures to see some friends of her. I took the princess to see some friends of hers, and I forgot to remind her about the party, said Norgetta. Otherwise, I would have arrived earlier. And dishonor on you, Kermit, for not having, dishonor on you, Kermit, for reading like that. Dishonor, dishonor, dishonor. But you still love me, right, Kermit? Oh boy. All right, so let's see. Got the. All right, as I was saying, next voice for the next passage, Miss Piggy. Hiya. Okay, I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, I got it. Another princess, of course. There. Yeah. Your Highness, please forgive my interruption, said a mermaid approaching as she then bowing. Then her name was Norgana, and she was Bubblina, personal security guard. What is it, Norgana? Said Oshira to her now. I already just read that. Okay, let's get her free from the iron, of course. Ooh, excuse me there. All right, and Ursula's voice, singing "Poor Unfortunate Souls." Fine, just be a little bit more responsible. Next time, both of you, said Ashira. I understand, Your Highness, said Morgana. Then, if it's okay, I'd like to speak with the princess in private for a moment to discuss it with her. Make it fast, cause the king could be here any minute. Yes, my queen, and with that, Bubblina and Morgana went upstairs into Bubblina's room. That was a very close one, said Bubblina. It won't be long, said Morgana. Now do you see why it is better to wait to give the designated age to start your training and develop all your powers? You're not old enough to control them completely. Well, according to my father, I'll never be old enough. Said Bubblina, that is why I want to train myself to live my dream, and not only as the future queen, but also as a superhero, just like the mighty deep sea man. Those poor unfortunate souls. So here's the deal: you sign the contract and get to see your man, but and we haven't even discussed the method of payment. But I'm not asking much, just a token, merely a trifle. What I want from you is your voice. Oh boy. Sonic the Hedgehog singing the Pokemon theme. Interesting. Well, to be fair, the voice actor for Sonic, which is the same as Dewey from DuckTales, is a bit of a singer. No, I'm not good enough for you. Remember me. Okay, so now we're in. Oh yeah, Bubbleina Graham. Good. Dun dun dun. Bubbleina Graham, the deep sea man, coming from under her bed. Good. And gazed through it dreamily, imagining herself fighting side by side with the seaman as she imagined. She said out loud to herself, just think when I master my power, and the mighty deep sea warrior, it takes me some time. He'll be he'll be so impressed that he'll want me back right by his side. They will get married, which would make him the new king of Atlantis. No again the sign shook her head as bubbling ahead. The coming so lovingly. That's how you sing, Sonic? Wow, that's about the best I can come up with there. You got something better? Let's see. Yeah. Oh boy, with Gilbert Godfrey and Whoopi Goldberg. Mm. Oh boy. Okay, so we're going to go into chapter 5. Chapter 5, the questions and the answers. And let's see, CJ get. All right. Well, meanwhile, Lisa, Derek, and Deborah and Kurt were inside the control room of the BTB agency trailer that they teleported to there nearby the lake, trying to figure out why the water wouldn't work earlier. Juli had just recovered from the electric shock she encountered earlier, but she still had quite a big headache. Once she woke up, Samuel and Brian realized they were in the same room with her. Oh boy! And then let's see. Now, the voice of Gilbert Godfrey. Well, how are you feeling, Juli? Asked Brian. I got a killer headache, Juli answered. Well, what if? Well, it did seem like a killer ending with those sharks, said Samuel and laughed. Get it? Then Juli got ticked at the joke and used her psychic powers to make Samuel's pants fall down. And Juli got ticked at the joke. Oh, that's right. I read that already. I'm not in a humorous mood. Well, neither am I. Now take it away, Whoopi Goldberg. I'd like to comment on that, but do not. I'd like to comment on that, but don't want to lose my pants, said Brian. He stopped laughing, and Juli asked, "So, did you see anything unusual before Samuel and I arrived with a bunch of shark robots?" Oh, yeah, right, robots. Ooh, almost lost my play going into Whoopi Goldberg. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not in a humorous mood. Oh, that's right. You wouldn't believe it if I told you, said Juli. Not quite. sure if I believe it myself. What could possibly be stranger than that, considering the fact that we're in the room with a psychic samurai, said Samuel. How about the mermaid on the shore, said Julie. A mermaid? See what I mean, said Julie. Unbelievable. Oh boy. And now we got Gilbert Godfrey Tom as Tom and Whoopi Goldberg as Jerry. Oh boy. Well, now he gets cast as a talking cat. Somewhat. Wait. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute, said Brian. He pondered a bit and started. Remember that girl named Babalina who saved us? Samuel blushed a bit and said, how could I forget that pretty face? Samuel stared there blankly and romantically dazed, thinking about her, until Julie made his pants fall down to snap him out of it. Brian laughed again, and Samuel quickly went to pull them up, and Julie and said to Julie, "What did I do this time?" Oh boy, you were about to make me puke right now, and get a bigger headache afterwards. You know, another way to give you a headache, tell a girl, and you were about. Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, let's get. Wait a minute, said Brian. He pondered a bit. Remember the girl named Bubbalina who saved us? Samuel blushed a bit and said, how could I get that pretty face? And stared blankly in a romantic daze until Julie made his pants fall down again. What did I do this time? You were about to make me puke right now and get a bigger headache afterwards, said Julie. It's going to be a Gilbert Godfrey-a-thon? Boy, as with a British accent. I say, I don't think that voice would be quite dignified for a British English voice and accent as mine. I am much too proper for Gilbert Godfrey to be mixed into my voice. Well, try it, stop. Oh, wait, British accent. Hey, well, try. Well, try it, Stubby, said Julie. Brian quickly got between Samuel and Julie to calm them down. Tip, tip, as I was saying at that moment, as I was saying, the girl Bubbalina is a mermaid. How did you figure that out? Asked Brian. And you can see this is fantasizing over Bubbalina there. And we got a little disgusted by that. Well, she mentioned that she was the princess of Atlantis, which is, according to mythology, is an underwater city, said Brian. He also added Triton, like Poseidon, the mythical Roman god of the ocean. So let's see, when I'm not sure. Like I mentioned before, last time I checked, it's still blocked for some reason. And yeah, really, I don't get why they would care about a movie like that to block somebody from reviewing it. Yeah, it's just really kind of weird there. All right, so oh yeah, I guess I got one. So I'm gonna go into another. Oh yeah, that one. Tuxedo Mask. And don't forget the shark robot that attacked the area first. And Samuel, Brian, and Julie reported to the control room. And Lee said over the intercom, that they over the intercom, Samuel, Bryant, and Juli. They went to the control room. Oh yeah, where Lee, not Daddy, Derek, Lisa, and Deborah were, and Kurt were. And let's see what we. Oh, thought I had another voice suggestion there. But since you mentioned about the vampire, well, I guess that means I could do a Dracula. We were unable, we were able to pick up a full piece of circuitry from one of the shark robots that Tyrone is. It turns out that they have the ability to shut down highly advanced communication systems, which is why the base didn't even recognize the signal. If you two were, who built those things in the first place? We were waiting. We were waiting for the answer to our computer now. Just then, the computer flashed an image. The computer flashed an image of a guy named Wallace Nelson. Deborah recognized him and she said, I know him. He was my marine biology teacher. And now we got CJ trolling the redhead baseball guy. Okay. All right, we're going to read that last one for the night there. It's almost, yep, it's close to 9. Brownie meeting the Squirtle Squad. All right. But what would a marine biology professor need shark robots for? Asked Lisa. Perhaps an investigation will solve our problems, said Lee. Then we had better go find the answers. We better go find the answers, team. Samuel and the exclaimed Samuel to Bryant and Juli. Okay. Okay. I would do the Brownie Squirrels Club, but this is where I'm going to close it in here, so we can get ready for work in the morning. So next time I do a stream, we'll be picking up from chapter 6 of Bubbalina. We'll continue from there. Also, one other thing that I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, hold on to that voice suggestion as Zach, and in the next stream, hold on to that. Be ready to present that in the next stream there. Oh yeah. All right, so that's about it for the night, and that's what I was gonna tell y'all. Tomorrow I will not be in Bobshaw's stream because be doing an early birthday celebration for Christina. Her birthday is Saturday actually, but we're doing an early celebration Wednesday because of our work schedule. So that's going to be the best time there. So I won't be in Bobshaw's stream because of that. But hey, make sure y'all give them some good voice suggestions for me, okay? All right, and I will. Oh, your cat's birthday is tomorrow. Okay. Ironically, she likes cats there. All right, so we will definitely see you guys another time. As Bob would say, see you later.